What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another unboxing video on the How Do You Figure podcast YouTube channel. As always, I am your host, Blake Schultz, and nobody is with me because this isn't the podcast, it's just the unboxing video, which, as you know, we do whenever we get a new figure. This week, we have another edition in the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Classics line that I am just obsessed with. I'm loving every minute of it. I think everybody is. Who doesn't love these 90s nostalgic boxes and all of these figures that you may have missed? Some of them were really hard to come by when they first came out, which is one that we're doing today. Spider-Man 2099, a figure that I missed when it was part of the Hobgoblin wave that then was going for $70, $80, $90, $100 in resale. Absolutely insane. I was not going to do it, but here it is now in its 90s glory. And, we are full on in the 90s nostalgia for action figures right now, it seems. I think my last few unboxings have all either been these, the Gargoyles, Sonic, so much, and I love it, guys. I love it. So let's get into this figure. We are seeing the same packaging we've come to expect from this line, the 90s Spider-Man logo right at the top there with the Marvel Comics logo, the nice bubble packaging. For Spider-Man 2099, you have that fun little graphic next to him, just like the old figures did. What else is left to say about this packaging? It keeps on knocking it out of the park. It keeps on being awesome. They found a formula that works, and they're just going to keep doing it. And I hope they do. On the back, you can see the same stuff you always usually see on the back. You have the list of accessories. You have the bio for the character, which I always appreciate. I'm a big fan of the back of the box. And another fun infographic there for him. There's still no checklist on the back of these that the old 90s boxes had, which I really want. I'd love each wave to have a checklist. I like looking at them. It's part of the fun to me. But whatever, you don't have it. Spider-Man 2099, of course, a awesome character from an awesome comic run, Miguel O'Hara, here now. So that's, the packaging, really. We've got a little light on accessories for him. He's just got his 2 extra hands, some web hands, and some, not really web hands, more like the grip hands for sticking, and the balled up fists, and then his almost claw hands at the bottom there. Well, let's get it open. And there we go. Out of the box, you can see him in his dope glory. The paint job on it, I think, is pretty awesome and detailed. It really stands out amongst the other figures. You can really kind of see how it almost looks metallic, the blue paint, which I really enjoy. Lets him kind of stand out there. His, claw-like gloves are also very dissimilar to anything else. We have some, sharper gauntlets on the arms there, giving him more differentiation from the other Spider-Man characters in the wave. But, everything else is pretty standard Marvel Legends articulations on the shoulders, arms, hands, the legs. It all kind of moves the way you would expect these figures to move. We talked a little bit about the accessories being a little light for this character. You have his web cape that pops right in the back here, which is almost even just a fun kind of detail to have for the figure on there, but I don't know that it really adds much. As you can kind of see, you can't really get a good look at it from the front. Then you have kind of your standard hands, your sticky landing hands, crawling hands. And then you kind of have your standard hands, your sticky hands, grabbing hands for getting up there. You have your standard closed fist hands. There's no hole for accessories. He doesn't come with any, so they probably didn't think you needed any. And then kind of when you think about it, because there's so many obviously going to be spider people in this line, you sort of have to wonder what else really kind of differentiates it from everything else. How many Spider-Mans do you really need? Personally, all of them. They're like Iron Man suits. I mean, I want to all see all the suits. We have the symbiote suit coming, the armor suit coming. I love it. Keep them coming. Part of the fun of Spider-Man is the different costumes to me, but when you really kind of get in there and compare it to some of the other ones that are in the line, you do see some differences just even with the classic one. You can tell that Miguel O'Hare is much thinner. The body is thinner. The abs are almost like inside, like he's inhaling. His chest is almost a little out. His shoulders are a very different frame up, and his legs are also thinner. It really kind of adds the differences in these characters when you can see them that way. The cyborg Spider-Man, which also has that different paint job, he's much beefier and bulkier, and of course he has a cyborg arm, so like duh. But even his non-cyborg bicep is bigger than, I think, even the classic ones. If they all kind of stand sideways and flex for us a bit, you can really kind of see that, which I kind of think is an awesome detail of the line, that they're not just repurposing the first Spider-Man buck and arms. We're really getting the detail of each character and why some of these spider people are different and how they look and move. And even 2099's like back posture is a little bit different than everybody else's, which I think makes the figure, it adds a lot of value to it, and it adds a lot of reasons to pick him up, because not only was this a rare figure that you now have another chance to get, but it isn't just a repaint of the other Spider-Man in the line. It really does have something setting it apart. He almost in this frame looks like a horror character with his claw hands, and he's hunched over a bit. It really, I think, adds a lot and gives him a good look and feel. And that really is it. It's one that I'm happy to have in mind. I kind of said why already. It's a big part of, I think, the Spider-Man lore. The 2099 run, having him here is great. I say keep the suits coming. There's so many of them. And folks, that's it. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. What other Spider-Man suits do you want to see? Do you like the 2099 figure? Do you think it's a worthy addition? Are there even differences between this one and the Hobgoblin Wave one? Because I don't have it, so I'd be curious how they've improved the figure from there. And without having it, I can't really tell you, but I would like to know. And that's it, guys. We'll see you next time. This has, of course, been the How Do You Figure unboxing channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can continue seeing videos from us. We're going to have more and more of these because, it's not like we're going to stop buying toys, even though we say we are all the time. And you can also follow the show on How Do You Figure PC on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm at As Always Blake, and Justin's at Alternative Nerds. And, every Thursday, the new podcast should be coming up with guests. We have a lot of great guests coming up and great lines to talk about, and we will see you all there. Later.